Hello and welcome inside Platt Arena. I'm Logan Hunt. Along with me have Bray Snyder. And the second match of a doubleheader today, where we just watched the Lady Foresters fall by 1 point to the Wesleyan Lady Wildcats in what was a fun first game, but in favor of the Wildcats. The men's side, though, Huntington has a tough test here against the visiting Wildcats. They're ranked 4th in the land. Huntington, though, right now, in a little bit of a slide, 4-6 on the year, have a big uphill climb to go.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those matchups where you've got, you're pretty much comparing top to bottom of Crossroads League. This is one of those games where last year, Foresters were able to pull off that upset in Platt Arena. Time of day is different today, but atmosphere may be kind of the same. We got pretty much a packed house inside Platt Arena, the front reps and behind us. So, I mean, this will be a fun matchup today.
Yeah, we have to thank the Marion High School band as well for coming, adding a lot of pep here in the step of some of the players and the fans. Then we're going to have a good fan base here. And I said, really, the crowd's starting to file in. Do have a little injury report. Junior Scott not going to play today for the Foresters. Still has battling that hurt knee. We saw him suffer a while bit ago. And so Foresters without him, and also still without the other freshman, Wyatt Hughes. Expect him back maybe after Christmas break. So the Foresters short-handed, but still with the likes of Tyler Ahrens and Mike Bush on that team, you never know what could happen. We've seen Devin Murder slid into that starting 5 lineup, and it's added some really good minutes.
Exactly, and he's been playing very well. Last year is sort of that same thing where he started off, he was a good player, started to lose those minutes just a little bit, but fought it back at the end of the season. He's not just a great role player. He's able to get the ball, distribute it, pushes well in transition, plays pretty good defense, and we've seen him get up and get some rebounds. I mean, he's a guy that contributes all the way around, and that's pretty much every position on the floor what they're going to have to do today, Logan. You're going to have to do everything right at all 5 spots, because this Wildcat team, to be honest, is a loaded team. Coach Tonagel, one of the best coaches in the NAIA. He knows what he is doing, and he's recruited very well. Got that mentality going on with his players. It's going to be a good matchup today.
Yeah, so this is a Wildcat squad that has a lot of size inside. They know how to use it. They have Maxwell and Johnson. We know those 2 guys can really light it up in a hurry. Those are guys that can really stretch outside as well. They're more like stretch 4s that can play big. Huntington really going to have to get out there. We're going to see, have to have a big game from Ahrens as well as Lockwood on the outside. And look for those kind of stretch 4s that the Foresters have with Coverstone and Kyle Platt. Really going to have to play well. You might see Huntington might look at maybe running a zone defense here.
Well, it's going to be something that you're going to want to watch what happens, because Coach Platt knows this is a very veteran squad that he's going up against. He's also a veteran coach himself, get up towards that 10th season. I mean, this is going to be a game that the Foresters will be tested. This is a game they can come out and win, though. You go into a 2-3 zone, you start battling inside. Tyler Ahrens can shoot the ball. You start talking about Mike Bush having a good night. This could be a fun game to watch. We saw the ladies in the game right before. They started hitting outside as well. Stretched that floor, started battling inside. Brooke Saylor had a good game. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
And you have to credit those Lady Wildcats as well when they came in. And really, they said fought hard, kept in that game, pulled it out at the end. And yeah, big game there. Tough loss for the Foresters. But this time around, Huntington now for the men's side. I said it all starts really with Mike Bush, the kind of the go-to guy, leading the nation still in assists, just a tick over 10 a game.
Exactly.
Obviously, you're going to need him maybe to score a little more in this matchup, and expect maybe, you never know, Mike Bush might have to drop about 30 points in this one.
Well, first game of the season, remember what we saw. We had Tyler Ahrens, Mike Bush went off completely. Career day for Ahrens, and this is going to be one of those games where seniors got to step up, juniors got to step up as well, but the Foresters going to have their work made out for them, but I know that they're going to be able to get the job done today if the energy's there.
Yeah, tip right on its way in just a few moments here from inside Platt Arena. I'm Logan Hunt, alongside Bray Snyder. This is FDN Sports.
It's just an incredible feeling to know that you are handing these folks the keys to a life-changing house. It's not just a house. It's not just walls and windows. It's a home that they get to bring up their family in, bring up their kids in, and show their kids what it means to get out of poverty and to make a better life for themselves. My name is Casey Colmorgan. I'm the Executive Director at Huntington County Habitat for Humanity. We are a construction company. We are a mortgage company. We are a financial institution. We are advocates for families. We are a budgeting center. And on top of it, we are also a retail store. So we wear a lot of hats as an organization. Our main focus is to serve the community any way we can. And so we want to help families empower themselves and find a better life through the process of homeownership. The need is so great. And that doesn't just mean families who are homeless, but it's also families who are packing multiple families into one house or into one apartment to try to make ends meet. It's families that are living in predatory renting situations where they're spending $800–900 a month for a one-bedroom apartment. And that's just, it's not viable for people. We build one house about a year, and so it may not seem like we need a lot of help, but we need all the help that we can get, and that comes in a couple of different ways. First of all, we always need donations. If that's financial support of our programs, or if that's donations to the Restore to help us build our programs, those two things are crucial for us. But we also need volunteers. We need them in the Restore, we need them on the build site, we even need them in the office from time to time. And so getting as many people involved as possible is what's really important for us. I would imagine that we will continue to grow long term. We will continue to serve as many families as we can, and we will hope that we can build as many houses as possible to get families into appropriate housing that's clean and safe and affordable.
FDN News is our campus news station, and we are just a news station that shines Christ's light on campus and in the Huntington community, whether that be going to a presidential rally or talking about the meal plans on campus. Everything we do for the glory of God.
With news, you have such a great opportunity to go out to hear people's stories and tell their stories and to be light and to share that light. So my goal for FDN News is first and foremost that students would learn, that they would engage, they would learn a little bit about themselves, about communicating with others, refine their skills, and become expert storytellers for the kingdom of Christ. The benefit to coming to Huntington and being in the Forrester Digital.
And we're back inside Platt Arena looking at the starting lineups now for both teams. Starting for the Wildcats, number 13 at guard, Trevor Waite, 6'1" junior from Linton, Indiana. As well, we're going to see number 20, Joel Okafor, the transfer from Bradley a couple years ago, getting some good minutes. As well, we're going to see number 24, Kyle Mangus, the 6'1" freshman from Warsaw, Indiana. Put up big numbers there his senior year. Going to be starting for the Wildcats. As well, we'll see Jake Johnson, as well as Evan Maxwell. Jake Johnson, the lone senior on the squad from Mooresville, and as well Evan Maxwell, the transfer from Kansas, 6'10", junior.
No 7-footers, but awfully close.
Yeah. And for the Foresters, I said they're going to have to go a little bigger. We'll see Connor Platt, Mike Bush, Devin Murder, Tyler Ahrens, and Trevor Lockwood into the lineup. And it's an imperative that the Foresters stay out of foul trouble, in particular Tyler Ahrens and Trevor Lockwood.
Yeah, they're going to have a battle tonight. You mentioned the bigs. You're going to be having Jacob Johnson, Evan Maxwell. This is going to be one of those games where inside matters. As much as last game, it was the same deal today. Boards offensively and defensively. That's going to be what decides the matchup.
We got 20 minutes on the clock. Foresters looking to get ready to take on the 4th-ranked Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats. We're 8-1 on the year, only loss coming. The little hiccup to IU East just down the road a few weeks ago.
Yeah, the Foresters really are at the point in the season now where there's no looking back. You're talking about sitting at the bottom of the Crossroads League right now. The only team, as mentioned, with a losing record. Now's the time to turn the season around. If you can imagine the mental boost that a win against Indiana Wesleyan gets, I think it'd be pretty good for the Foresters season.
To jump, going to be Maxwell and Lockwood. And we are away at the Wildcats with it first. Man-to-man defense from the Foresters to start. Maxwell at the elbow, pulls up over Lockwood, leaves it short. And a foul going to be called, it looks like, on Okafor. Got on the back there of Bush, and just 15 seconds in, already first foul of the ballgame.
Well, good hustle to start. We talked about the women's game. Not many fouls called, but right off the bat, both teams going at it. This is going to be a good match to watch. Again, number 20, Joel Okafor, going against number 10, Mike Bush.
Matchup to watch for the day. Aaron's outside swing pass. Murder up top. Looking for Connor Platt. Back out to Tyler Aarons. And a blocking foul going to be called on Jacob Johnson.
We mentioned foul trouble going to be a big part of this game. If you can get the bigs in foul trouble, Jacob Johnson, number 44 there, picking up the foul, I mean, that's going to be a big help for Tyler Aarons.
Platt open for a long two around and out. Missing Lockwood, cleaning up the glass.
Quick up and under, and again, we talked about rebounding bottles 2 seconds ago. This is going to be a big part of the matchups. Who get it off the boards?
Quick 2-0 start for the Foresters. Long ball from Okafor rattles home, and just like that, IWU answers up 3-2. Bush going around the horn there. Pulling it back out. Murder looking for Connor Platt. Back up top to Murder, pump fake, 15 on the shot clock. Back over to Tyler Aarons on the low block, and a charge going to be called. Aarons going to the, or excuse me, Johnson going to the ground.
We talk about the hypeness of the bench. Hypeness, I don't even know if that's a word, but you're going to get that tonight off the bench. That is a strong defensive play right there. And you see Aarons, I mean, that's a tough call. Maybe a little bit of movement before the actual body's there. Either way, you know you got to be careful with that, because this Indiana Wesleyan squad, that's a big part, is picking up charges.
I have to remind you, at halftime of this game, the 2006 Huntington University men's basketball team will be honored for their run to the tournament. And what was a magical run for them, led by Alice Cook and Kyle Gann on that team. And another three now on its way. Maxwell able to hit, stretching the floor out. That's the 5 hitting a 3.
That's the same as Tyler Aarons. We know that Aarons and Lockwood, both taller guys, are able to knock down from beyond the arc. They got to understand they got to play defense out as well.
Lockwood up top, out to Murder now. Down on the low block to Aarons, battling with Johnson, spins, takes him to the hole. 6-4, Wildcats on top, 2 minutes in.
See, the Force are doing a good job working inside. Aarons and Lockwood going to have a big day today. Got to be able to finish off the glass every time they're inside.
Out wide, Okafor again for 3. This one all out wide. I'm going to say it was hit out of play by Trevor Waite. Going to be Forster basketball.
Waite, 6'1" junior, you mentioned out of Liston, Indiana. This kid is one of the biggest pieces of this offense just around distributing the ball. Okafor at the same time, and Okafor and Bush going to be two that distribute the ball most. The defensive battle between these two is going to be pretty fun to watch too, Logan.
Definitely will be with those two guys battling. Bush there with the pump fake, takes it inside, gets caught down low, missing the layup, rebound Maxwell. Johnson bringing it up the floor, out wide Okafor, extra pass to Mangus. Not there. Back down to Maxwell. Bodying up Lockwood, draws the double team, throws it away, had Okafor sliding inside, couldn't find him.
Miscommunication, but a great cut. Mike Bush is going to have to be aware of that all day. The speed of Indiana West, and you can really tell the difference in speed between a lot of matchups that we usually see on the season. Always cutting in the middle of the lane, even the guards coming in from the outside.
Still 2-point advantage for the Wildcats. We've played 3. Down low, Lockwood working on Maxwell. Back out, Connor Platt. Platt drive, pull up, mid-range, drops.
And that's good for him. The Wildcats know that he is a shooter outside, so that pump fake's going to be useful for him tonight.
Tied up at 6. Maxwell finds Mangus top with the key. Murder on him. Looking to work. Up top, Okafor. Okafor finds a lane, drives inside. Going to be called for steps.
An extra one there.
And already some substitutions. Carlson in, as well as Grant Smith coming in for Waite and Maxwell. Grant Smith, 6'6", freshman from Connersville, Indiana. It's an Indiana All-Star last year. Big pickup for the Wildcats. Bush with it on the near side, looking for Aarons down low. Works it to him, bounce pass. Inside, Aarons with the miss. Okafor with the rebound, looking to push. Has to pull back up. Good defense from Huntington, and Lockwood going to be called for the reach around there on the entry pass to Carlson.
Yeah, and that's where Lockewood's going to have to be careful. Usually picking up about 4 fouls a game, 3 to 4 fouls. He's fouled out a few times. You got to be careful on that inside. And he's got a strong matchup. I mean, Ben Carlson is one of the better players inside. We're talking about the depth that Indiana Wesleyan has in the post.
6-6. Johnson up top 3, off to the right, rebound Lockwood. Hand off to Bush. Huntington gonna get into their set now with a turnover there, looking for Platt. Cutting inside, now bring us to our under 16 media timeout. Tied at 6 apiece, a lot of running, a lot of action. Not too much scoring though in the first couple minutes. I'm looking at it long, so we have Bray, Snyder. A lot more exciting action from the visiting Wildcats here inside Platt Arena.
When a family has to make one of the biggest decisions of their lives, they need more than a realtor.
I need a house.
They need an extraordinary team of experts working day in and day out to provide service and knowledge to get the job done right. Anything short of intensity, passion, and drive is unacceptable. Introducing the Ness Brothers, an unstoppable force of realtors here to turn the biggest decision of your life.
Welcome back inside Platt Arena, 6-6. Foresters keeping pace with 4th-ranked Wildcats. Played about 4 minutes. We get back to the action. Outside Smith with it, going to Johnson. Looking for Mangus. Draws the double there with Aarons. Needs to switch back. Near still from Bush. Carlson ends up with it up top to Smith. 10 on the shot clock. In the corner to Okafor. Driving inside, and again, Okafor taking 1 too many steps.
Well, a good job defensively by Connor Platt that time. You saw Mike and Connor switch off, so Bush not on Okafor for that one. Okafor driving in after getting the step.
Bush driving on Okafor, gets inside the lane, picks up his dribble. Throwing it back out. Coverstone in on that last time out for Trevor Lockwood. Look at his first action of the day. Murder, right side, goes up, has it blocked by Smith. And a charge the other way. Mike Bush stepping right in front of Smith. And able to draw a big charge there.
I mean, that's heads up right there. Bush was set. Sort of, it's hard to call on those because the ball's in the air. It's not like you're going full head of steam down offensively, but he got set. He knew the ball was coming.
Coffey coming in now for Johnson, the sophomore from Illinois. And still tied at 6. Bush, no look pass to Cutting Platt. Back doors there.
That's what we're talking about. Mike Bush has got to do that all day today. Okafor again going to be more of that distributing role, but Mike Bush, those no-look passes. Got eyes everywhere on his head.
Foresters with the slight lead now. Smith looking inside, nothing there. Moving around the perimeter, Coffey open for 3, and he'll splash in a couple points there as the Wildcats take the 1-point advantage.
It was a nice shot, and it's a good set by the Wildcats. Doing a great job moving the ball around the arc. Pretty much everybody on the floor for the Wildcats can shoot, but same for the Foresters.
Coverstone in the lane, converts over the top of Mangus. Back and forth action here. Carlson on the low block, draws the double team. Back up top, Okafor. Mangus up top, 15 to shoot. Drives right side, spins to the middle. Pass to Carlson, that's just too easy.
That's a defensive blown right there, and you got to do better than that if you're the Foresters. Too many of those have happened already in the game. Got to lock down defensively.
Aarons taking the 3. No good from straight away. Up quickly the other way. Carlson has it. Inside. Shot good off the glass. 13-10, Wildcats exploding ahead.
Yeah, Forsters really need to slow down right here, get the momentum back, because we see in transition, they're not able to hold up.
Platt working it down to Aarons.
And Okafor out of his shoe right now. Devin Murda throwing that shoe out of bounds. Okafor's now playing without a shoe. Keep your eye on him on the far side of the court.
Coffee, quick three in transition, no good. Rebound, Devin Murder. Instead, Okafor still out there with one shoe on. Bush should recognize this and maybe take him.
I mean, he's got to cross him quick or something. You can't really play defense without a shoe on.
Murder, top of the key. Looking for Aarons inside. Get Carlson in and gonna be fouled.
I mean, I'm not even sure that it was a super strong cross from Mike that crossed him out of his shoe. He'll probably like to say so. I mean, it was a good move. We looked, and then that shoe just got kicked out of bounds by somebody's foot.
So Tyler Aarons gonna go to the line to shoot two. That's Carlson's first foul. The team's fourth of this half with 13:03 on the clock. Now, there's a couple substitutions. Waite coming back in as well as Maxwell. And we'll see Grant Pribble, sophomore from Bluffton, in for the first time for Indiana Wesleyan. They have Maxwell, Waite, Pribble, Coffey, and Smith all on the floor for Indiana Wesleyan. Aaron's 2 of 2 at the line. So we'll see Lockwood and Kyle Platt both checking in. Aarons and Murder gonna go to the bench.
Well, and every free throw is going to matter this game on both sides of the ball. You know, the Wildcats shooting pretty well from outside. Forster's going to have to do it today, too. Every bucket is going to matter. Both squads looking pretty even, though, so far, Logan.
Pribble with it. Looking for a cutting Smith inside. Going to be fouled by Lockwood.
That's where Lockwood's got to be careful. You got to make smart plays. If it's not a ball for you to go for, you don't go for it.
And that's Lockwood's second foul after just checking in. Coach Platt now with a decision to make.
Well, a lot of times you want to go for the big, you know, the nice blocks off the back, maybe a pin up, something like that. Not what Lockwood's trying to go for there necessarily, but you got to be smart about what you're doing inside. If you're going to pick up a foul, you know, I'd rather pick up a foul against Maxwell or Johnson inside battling around, not against the guard streaking through the middle of the lane and get a little slap call.
And Smith 1 of 2 at the line. Now a 2-point advantage for Indiana Wesleyan, under 13 to play in the half. Coverstone out to Connor Platt. Far side, swinging it back around the wing. Coverstone, though, driving inside on Coffey. Rolls around and out. That's a matchup the Foresters like, though. Motion offense from Indiana Wesleyan. See Pribble taking it inside out to Maxwell on the baseline. 15 to shoot. Pribble baseline all the way in. No one rotating over. And it's a 4-point game.
I mean, the Red Sea's parted for him, or I guess the White Sea's there, but Mike Bush is getting caught off his right hip. An easy layup off the baseline.
Bush far side, bounce pass down low to Lockwood, working on Maxwell, going over the top, using the glass too hard. Kyle Platt gave it the offensive rebound, up top Coverstone, he'll take the three, off to the right, rebound Smith, pushing it up, finds Coffey, and that's gonna be a travel right in front of the Foresters bench.
Well, yeah, that's split feet, but Kyle Platt, we just gotta be honest, he's gotta recognize when you get a board underneath the bucket, you cannot kick the ball out in a situation like that. You get a rebound like that, I wanna go up strong. If I'm as tall as him, you know, I'm sitting at 6'7", I go up, throw that ball down.
Foresters in a small drought here, looking to break it. Connor Platt, right side. I'm gonna work it back around. Kyle Platt, hand off to Mike Bush. 10 on the shot clock, Pribble out on him. Bush dancing, spinning in the lane. Layup blocked from behind by Pribble. Pribble with it, down low to Maxwell, and booming it. And a technical gonna be called on Maxwell.
And that's gonna be called for hanging on the rim. You can't pull yourself up. The only time you ever do that is, first of all, if you're Shaquille O'Neal. Second of all, if you got a guy underneath your feet. So pull himself all the way up to his chin on that. That's an easy call.
So a technical foul going to be called there on Maxwell. But a timeout from Coach Platt. Not liking when he's seen it all from his guys, down 18-12. But so far, Indiana Wesleyan found themselves pulling away after that under 16 media timeout break.
Yeah, they've done a better job inside since the first 4 minutes of the game. And really what they've done a better job of as well is just spacing themselves out on the court offensively. It's a lot harder for the Foresters to guard them when they're stretching the floor, especially transition as well. You've seen a full few court passes looking like they're running the floor playing football or something like that. They're able to get up and down the floor. Foresters, you know, Logan, they have to do a better job of that. And that's kind of been one of the themes of the season. You have to get back on defense.
Out of the timeout, it's going to be Devin Murder shooting the technical free throws with 11 minutes on the clock. These are always weird free throws too, Brett. I know you played basketball. But a big hit from Murder. You're standing there all by yourself.
Well,
You'd almost rather have the guys there in the lane.
Not only that, but on top of it, imagine that you just went out of a 30-second timeout. So not a full timeout. You're not sitting down. You're coming out a little cold. He hit the first one. It's a good hit for him. Really what that means more to me, though, 1 point, 2 points, that's not going to boost you too much right now. What I would really like to take advantage of the fact is Maxwell picks up a technical. If Maxwell picks up a second tech and he's out of the game, that is a big, big hurt for the Wildcats. Forster's got to be aware of that.
I want to jaw at him a little bit. So you'll see Bush get it poked away from behind by Waite. 3-on-2, fast break. Pribble looking to slam it. And a foul going to be called on Devin Murder.
Well, not only that, but we've seen 2 travels called. It looked like Pribble took a little 3-step, 4-step hop there, got over top. And you saw in warm-ups, though, we were talking about this, Logan, whether or not that's a foul call. The official's going to make that judgment, but in warm-ups, it starts in warm-ups. Every single guy for the Wildcats was throwing it down in warm-ups, throwing alley-oops to themselves. They are looking to attack the rim.
First one good for Pribble, and you're right. Pribble come up with a big block there on Bush, and now looking to slam it in there. The sophomore from Bluffton having a coming-out party as well. We'll see Connor Platt checking back in now for Kyle Platt. So on the floor for Huntington, it's Lockwood, Murder, Connor Platt, Andrew Yoder, and Mike Bush. Second one too hard. Rebound tracked down by Lockwood. 19-13, Wildcats with the lead. 10:40 on the clock. And a foul going to be called on Pribble. Getting 2 hands there on Mike Bush. Now bring Johnson back into the game for Coffee. That's going to be the 6th team foul as well. So free throws next time on the next common foul from the Wildcats. Aggressive defense from Pribble. Bush gets it, takes it inside, creates space. Able to connect with the floater.
Mike Bush there knows that another free throw puts him at the line. He's going to attack anyways. Lockwood got to be careful, though. It's a good attack there for Maxwell. Lockwood's got to know. Don't want to pick up that third in the first half.
Yeah, Johnson's so slinky in there. Able to take him right at him. Knows Lockwood has those 2 fouls and going to attack him every single time. 6-point game. Connor Platt looking to Lockwood on the baseline. Hand it off right back. And throwing away, Pribble with it, breakaway, and this time he'll go with the layup.
Sometimes it's almost easier to dunk the ball when you got somebody in your face to throw it down on, to be honest.
23-15. Bush being harassed, going up top to Murder. And screen up top, Mike Bush rolling right side up top, Murder for 3. No good. Rebound Johnson. Looking for Mangus. He's going to push it. Hand off to Maxwell, who will slam it in again. And a timeout by Coach Platt. Going to be a full timeout, 25-15. We'll have more Forester basketball action. We return here from inside Platt Arena.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring up music.
Hello and welcome to FDN News. I'm Kelsey Cruz.
Hi everyone and welcome down to Forest Glen Park. I'm Logan Hunt.
Hello, it's Hannah here on Forester Radio 105.5 FM, WQHU. That was just Brother with Need to Breathe. And up next we have Hillsong with Touch the Sky.
once the floodwaters go down for
This
some
program, I felt like really prepared me well for what it would be like to be in the news industry.
From yesterday to today, the water has certainly risen and spread.
You become a one-man band by the time you graduate, which that's something that people are looking for. People who can shoot, write, and edit all their own stuff.
I was definitely blessed enough to come in and I started calling games right away as a play-by-play announcer.
Longley tipped, down and in, and the Foresters taking the second set. Mateo with a nice cutback, she'll take the hit, left foot, that's in! Makes the three, that's good!
Through FD Enforce, you know, it's really gonna feel like a professional setting. I'm looking to really just take it to the next level. Really just.
Welcome back inside Platt Arena. Wildcats making a run in the middle here of the first half, up 25-15, 9:20 left to go in the first half. Crowd still into it on both sides though. Foresters gonna have to get some answers here. 2 early timeouts from Coach Platt.
Yeah, and Okafor back in the game. We talked about how dominant he was in the first few minutes. Talking about Pribble coming back in. He's done some work.
And the Forces of Aaron's back in as well as Connor Platt takes it inside, blocked by Mangus, gets his own rebound, and now a foul on the ground. This foul will be on Johnson, the team's 7th, and I believe that's Johnson's 2nd. That's a big blow to the Wildcats front court.
Yeah, it is, and especially because he had just checked in. Of course, Coach Tonigel going to bring him back out. But what I like about what the Wildcats are doing, you've got really 3 guys right now. You've got Johnson, Carlson, and Maxwell. You see Carlson check in for him. 3 guys that are pretty much interchangeable. Offensive set, same thing, both able to shoot on the outside.
Front end of the 1-on-1 good for Connor Platt. Carlson back in as well for Johnson. More likely we'll see him sit for the rest of these 9 minutes. Platt good on both. 8-point ball game. Foresters need some defensive stops.
I'd say more than defensive stops, they need energy as well. You can tell trying to get some right now. Just a little flat offensively and defensively. Need some more energy.
Maxwell handoff to Mangus, spinning inside, out of control, loses it. Lockwood comes up with it.
Might be the easiest steal of his career, to be honest.
Bush going right side, no room. Okafor all over him. That one gonna go off of Platt's heel and out of bounds. And a turnover for Huntington. Again, right when Huntington got to stop, Wildcats forcing a turnover. 8:30 on the clock. Okafor drives right side. Back out to Mangus. 10 to shoot. Okafor, right side spinning out to Maxwell. Free throw line. Jay finds the bottom of the net.
And that's why Okafor's doing so well right now, is because he's able to just tie up Mike Bush, and he's not able to help on defense. So you got Maxwell stretching up to about that 15, 17-foot range. Uncontested.
Lockwood, handoff with Bush on the near side. Bush going baseline. Gets caught in the air and Wait with it, going coast to coast. Missing the layup, ball gonna go out of bounds and gonna stay with the Wildcats. So we'll see Mason Coverstone checking in now for Mike Bush.
Means Connor Platt's gonna have the matchup of Okafor most likely.
7:47 on the clock, 27-17. Wildcats having their way so far with the Foresters. Foresters jumping out to a 2-3 zone. In the corner, Waite. Air ball from him, Aarons with the rebound. And Connor Platt gonna have to run point with Mike Bush on the bench.
Now he's gotta be confident too. Right now he's a little shaken up. A few turnovers he thought were iffy.
And Murder doing what a senior does, attacking the rim. And gonna be fouled by Maxwell. And that'll be his second foul due to that technical.
And that's where they got to understand. If you can attack inside, you're going to get blocked a few times, just to be honest, and if you're going up with shots inside like that because of the height advantage. But you got to start drawing fouls inside. We mentioned already 8 fouls. You're shooting free throws for the rest of the first half. You can do that thing in the second half as well. It's only going to It's only going to help the Foresters out.
So Pribble and Smith back in. Maxwell and Okafor taking a seat. So Maxwell and Johnson both on the bench with 2 fouls. Now's the time for the Foresters to really go to maybe Tyler Ahrens inside as Murder goes 1 of 2 again from the line. It's a 9-point ball game. Smith, right side, and a foul going to be called on the ground. This one on Tyler Ahrens.
And you can tell mentality-wise where the Foresters are at. Something's got to change right now. It's just not mentality. There's got to be a mentality change for the Foresters. Too frustrated right now.
Jaden Sutton checking in for the first time tonight. Lockwood going to the bench. But Ahrens just picked up his 2nd foul and the team's 5th. Inside, Carlson throwing it away. Murder looking to run in transition, finding Coverstone, gets swatted from behind, but a foul before.
To be honest, that looks like a good block to me. I'm not even sure there was a body on that one. Tyler Ahrens picked off that ball and then tried to get up to Coverstone, but Coverstone going up a little soft. Maybe one more dribble to go up and draw a foul and a layup.
Oh, it looks like they're going to call foul on Pribble. He was the one who didn't quite jump, just got in front there. The official's seeing it better than we can. That's going to be Pribble's 2nd foul, the team's 9th. But Foresters, again, the free throw woes.
That's what you got to do. Every single game, you got 2 things you can always count on. Free throws the same exact distance on every single court, and defense is all you. Got to have both of those every single game.
Second one here from Coverstone. Going to be good.
Yeah, we should talk about 50-50 matchups. When you come into a 50-50 game or an upset game, every single thing that's a given, you got to do right. You can't rely on having a decent game, and that's Devin Murder. That's going to be a given for him.
Nice job following Smith behind him. Stealing all the way, easy 2. It's a 6-point ball game. Foresters getting back into it, and more importantly, getting the crowd back into it. Smith driving right side. Missed the layup, but Ahrens tapped it in on accident there. So back up to an 8-point game. Kind of deflated the arena. Coverstone finding Ahrens though inside. He'll go up for 2, and that drops. Give 2, take 2 there.
Exactly. So the deficit's manageable for the Foresters right now. No reason to get down. Plenty of time. Subs in, doing work right now.
And a steal from Sutton. He wants to drive all the way. And a blocking foul going to be called on Indiana Wesleyan and Trevor Waite with 6:02 on the clock.
Now Sutton, 5'8" at 165. Some might not know, but he's a running back in high school. He's a running back that did quite a bit of work.
As we have a timeout here from Indiana Wesleyan, going to be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 29-23, 6:02 on the clock. Wildcats on top.
When I set foot on Huntington's campus for the first time, I just knew that this was the place I was supposed to be, and that decision forever changed my life. I was a new Christian at the time, but I grew so much while I was at Huntington. I felt known and I felt valued there, and the education department was just so great. In fact, I found a job before I even graduated, and I believe that's because my classes at Huntington equipped me to do so. I'm fulfilling my goal of serving others through teaching, and because of Huntington's impact on me, I now have that desire to pass on those values to all my students.
In high school, my life felt empty in a way. I was living in a world full of temptations and distractions, and I needed to be transformed, I guess you could say. Here at Huntington, there are many ways that I experienced that transformation. As a film major, I feel encouraged by my friends, upperclassmen, and by my professors. Other students and staff are willing to pass on their knowledge, and that inspires me to do the same towards others. My ultimate goal in life is to become a filmmaker who gives back.
And we're back inside Platt Arena. Foresters trail by 6, but Jaden Sutton is going to be going to the free throw line here. That was the 10th team foul from Indiana Wesleyan. So Foresters shooting 2 for the rest of this half. Now was Trevor Waite's first foul as well.
Yeah, Sutton's first free throws of the year coming now. 100% on the season. Wow. Hopefully he continues that trend. I mean, it's a clean shot for coming in off the bench.
And hasn't had a lot of playing time this season as well. Seen him getting some minutes with Junior Scott, we mentioned, out with that knee injury. Haven't seen Zach Owens in this matchup either.
Well, right now, Coach Platt trying to have to decide as he's trying to go deep in the bench. Who's he want to go to put defensive pressure on is probably one of the bigger things right now.
So 4-point game. Foresters working their way back into it. Johnson in there with those 2 fouls. Out to Smith, corner 3, off the mark. Rebound to Sutton. Force looking to swing the momentum in their favor. Hand off to Platt. Cross-court pass to Coverstone. In the corner back to Sutton. Nice job here working the ball around the horn here. If you're the Foresters. Murder, top of the key. Back to Sutton. He'll take the 3 from the wing. That's off. Carlson with the board.
And it's a good shot selection. The Foresters did really well with the ball in the shot clock deep down.
And a slam from Smith.
Or as I say, that defensive miscue. Something's got to change on defense for the Foresters. Got to start manning up and taking pride in defense. 6 points is not bad against the number 4 ranked team in the nation by any means.
Under 5 to play in the first half. Connor Platt, long 3, straight away. Leaves it short. Carlson again with the rebound. Smith running the point for the Wildcats. Looking inside for Carlson, and a foul on the backside. Going to be on Aarons, and that's his 3rd foul.
The Aarons and Lockwood trading out with each other right now. It's hard right now because you've got the size on the inside that you're not only battling height, but also weight. So they're trying to battle inside, taking a beating, and then every time that you've got a guy going up, you foul him, they're right back on the line.
Coach Platt laying into Tyler Aarons here on the sideline. See him coming out. Lockwood back in, as well as Sutton out. Mike Bush back into the ball game. And a near turnover there. Good defense from Lockwood and Coverstone. Carlson almost lost it out of bounds. It'll still be Wildcat ball with 16 on the shot clock. (31-25). Foresters right now find themselves trailing but go to a 2-3 zone. Long ball from Johnson off the mark. Smith saving it, behind the back pass to Okafor inside. Blocked from behind by Lockwood. Coffey ends up with it, takes the 3. No good. Flying in Smith, but Murder comes up with the board.
That's a good board. The Foresters needed it there. No more points added to that deficit. Now come down, settle down on offense. Put another bucket up.
Out wide, Mike Bush back with it. Okafor on him. Those 2 battling. Looking to dish to Coverstone in the corner. This one going to hit off of Okafor. His leg and out of bounds. 10 on the shot clock. Foresters having a tough time scoring.
Yeah, Mike Bush is doing a good job trying to distribute the ball right now, but the Wildcats playing such good defense. This is probably the toughest defensive matchup, and I think you probably agree, Logan, that they face this season. And when you've got guys coming in with fresh legs every 3 minutes, hard to run the floor.
Definitely is for these guys. Five to shoot. Mike Bush still with it, going baseline. Layup good from him. No one sliding over there defensively for the Wildcats.
Well, he's had that the past few times that he's driven. He's just pulled the ball back out because Okafor's riding him so hard and playing such good defense on him.
Back down to a 4-point ball game. Mangus takes the 3, nails it in the face of Murder. Had his hand up and everything.
Had his hand up, but not close enough. Not able to get to the shot. Just hand on the face.
The big answer from the freshman from Warsaw. Coverstone finds a lane inside, draws contact there. Nice play from the junior Mason Coverstone. So Carlson picks up his 2nd foul as well. And Coverstone gonna be at the line shooting 2. Well, 1 of 2 at the line last time. This one gonna rattle in.
Yeah, when you're at home, you've got to be able to hit free throws. You got the crowd at your back, and this is probably the fullest we've seen the gym this year, I'd say, Logan. Got to knock down your free throws.
Yeah, you know when Indiana Wesleyan shows up, it's gonna be a big game. People are going to show. That's Coverstone. Can't hit the second one. So it's going to be a 6-point ball game. Smith left open for 3. Missing that one. Okafor offensive board inside. Gets caught in the lane. Outside, Coffee nails the 3.
If I'm the Foresters, I'm wondering how number 20 gets the ball with 3 white jerseys around him, 4 white jerseys around him even. You got to want this game if you're the Foresters. The Wildcats right now eating it up off the glass.
37-28. Wildcats have the advantage. Bush driving and losing it out of bounds. Okafor with some great defense there as Bush went to the ground. We'll see Kyle Platt now coming in for Trevor Lockwood. Forced to play a little smaller with the personnel on the floor for the Wildcats.
Mike Bush has had his work cut out for him tonight, but so is everybody else at every other spot on the floor. That's what's so hard about this matchup, is there's not one position that you can really rely on to have the advantage. Every spot is a battle.
Bush all the way off the glass, no good, but Coverstone cleans it up for 2. Mangus, though, driving, blocked by Murder, and a foul going to be called.
We saw at both ends these same kind of calls, offensively for the Foresters, offensively for the Wildcats. I mean, a lot of whistles being called, but I think you'd probably agree, not too many of them have been blatant errors. They've been close calls.
Second foul on Devin Murder. Send the freshman to the line. No good from him. That's the 7th team foul as well, with 2:06 on the clock. We'll see Sam McCracken in for the first time, the 6'7" freshman from Cincinnati, Ohio. And a rebound from Connor Platt. So 37-30, 2 minutes on the clock. Wildcats with the lead. Near steal there from Smith. Connor Platt still with it in the corner to Bush. Down low looking for Coverstone and going to stay with the Foresters.
You can see Okafor right now really dominating the floor, both sides of the ball. Mike Bush is going to have to step up here and get something going on him. If he can get one move, one attack, one foul call.
Out wide, Connor Platt back to Bush. 10 to shoot. Bush lets it fly. Too hard. And offensive foul going to be called here. This one on Kyle Mangus.
So the best that I can come up with there is that they're essentially calling a charge call. Foul not on Okafor, foul on number 24. Basically, you can't run into somebody to draw the foul sometimes. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Really referee's decision there.
Yeah, that was a weird play in front of us there. Nonetheless, it's Mangus' first foul. 1:30 on the clock. Platt going baseline, takes Coffee all the way to the rim.
Using that right hand off the glass too. If he goes left hand, opportunity for a pinup. It's a great finish by the sophomore.
5-point ball game coming up on a minute to go in the first half. Smith up top, pump fake. Gonna take the 3 anyway. Too hard, rebound Connor Platt.
You see Coach Platt on the near sideline, trying to slow down the game. Just under a minute, plenty of time. Try to close that gap.
Mike Bush finds Coverstone cutting. They're gonna say no shot. Foul on the ground. So Coverstone, again, will be going to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, he's gonna need to pick these 2 up. If you're the Wildcats right now, you're almost thankful for that foul, because if not, he's got 2 points. You got ball back 52 seconds.
That is Smith's second foul. The fouls are really starting to rack up here on the Wildcats. Have been in double bonus for a couple minutes now.
Yeah, really since about the 9-minute mark. But I'll be honest, if you're Coach Tonagel, I mean, you're worried about maybe your starting 5, maybe your top 6, but they have such depth right now. You see the amount of players rotating through the lineup. See Okafor hit the bench right here.
Pebble back in. It's top opportunity now for Coverstone to get it down to a 1-possession game. And that one is true. So 37-34. Wildcats with the lead. 50 seconds to go in the half. Pribble pull it from the elbow. And an answer right off the bench.
If you're the Foresters, you gotta match up on that. Every single time somebody's at the elbow, every single time somebody's inside the three-point arc, really, gotta be a man.
Bush driving kick to Murder for three. That's too soft.
And Murder really didn't get his feet set there either. If you're Murder, you gotta get those feet set when you're open on the wing, nobody near you.
Wildcats gonna hold for the last shot. 15 seconds to play. Cribble with it. 10 seconds now. One-on-one with Bush. Gets a screen from Carlson. Drives right side. Lanes part. Reverses layup. Misses. Coverstone with the rebound. And gonna let it heave. And just off the mark. 39-34. The fourth-ranked Wildcats coming into Platt Arena. Hold the slide advantage as we head to halftime. I'm Logan Hunt. Along with Bryce Snyder. We'll have some halftime stats for you when we return inside Platt Arena.
It's just an incredible feeling to know that you are handing these folks the keys to a life-changing house. It's not just a house. It's not just walls and windows. It's a home that they get to bring up their family in, bring up their kids in, and show their kids what it means to get out of poverty and to make a better life for themselves. My name is Casey Colmorgan. I'm the Executive Director at Huntington County Habitat for Humanity. We are a construction company. We are a mortgage company. We are a financial institution. We are advocates for families. We are a budgeting center. And on top of it, we are also a retail store. So we wear a lot of hats as an organization. Our main focus is to serve the community any way we can. And so we want to help families empower themselves and find a better life through the process of homeownership. The need is so great. And that doesn't just mean families who are homeless, but it's also families who are packing multiple families into one house or into one apartment to try to make ends meet. It's families that are living in predatory renting situations where they're spending $800–900 a month for a one-bedroom apartment. And that's just, it's not viable for people. We build one house about a year, and so it may not seem like we need a lot of help, but we need all the help that we can get, and that comes in a couple of different ways. First of all, we always need donations. If that's financial support of our programs or if that's donations to the Restore to help us build our programs, those two things are crucial for us. But we also need volunteers. We need them in the Restore, we need them on the build site, we even need them in the office from time to time. And so getting as many people involved as possible is what's really important for us. I would imagine that we will continue to grow long term. We will continue to serve as many families as we can, and we will hope that we can build as many houses as possible to get families into appropriate housing that's clean and safe and affordable.
FDN News is our campus news station, and we are just a news station that shines Christ light on campus and in the Huntington community, whether that be going to a presidential rally or talking about the meal plans on campus. Everything we do for the glory of God.
With news, you have such a great opportunity to go out to hear people's stories and tell their stories and to be light and to share that light. So my goal for FDN News is first and foremost that students would learn, that they would engage, they would learn a little bit about themselves, about communicating with others, refine their skills, and become expert storytellers for the kingdom of Christ. The benefit to coming to Huntington and being in the Forrester Digital Network is you get hands-on experience. So we have some freshmen coming in that week one, they are taking a camera out and they are teaming up with an upperclassman and refining their skills. So by the time you graduate, you've got 4 years of hands-on and classroom experience.
FDN is so much fun. I feel like it really is a great aspect of the school, and I'm so glad I get to be a part of it as a freshman especially. Like, it's just a great experience.
You can love working a camera and be part of FDN. You can love storytelling and be part of FDN. You can be a math student and be an FDN. Like, anybody can do it. It's a big family. We have fun together. And I just encourage, if you've ever been curious about news or what a newsroom looks like, volunteer with FDN whenever you can.
Well, that's all we have for you in this week's installment of FDN News.
The Global Initiatives degree that we're offering is seeking to equip folks who are interested in applying a ministry education to cross-cultural work. So somebody who's looking to do holistic ministry, somebody who's looking to engage in the business for transformation or business as missions model would find some equipping through our Global Initiatives degree.
Our Global Youth Ministries degree is designed to prepare people for leadership in youth ministry, quite simply anywhere in the globe. It's for men and women who are already in youth ministry or for people who are simply preparing to lead youth ministry.
One of the things I like about the pastoral leadership track is that Luke and Karen, who worked on developing it, consulted with church leaders so that people preparing for ministry leadership in the church would have the skills and the knowledge that they need.
Some of what I'd want our program to be known for is being really clear-minded about linking our own program vision with the Lord's vision for His people and for the kingdom. What we want to do is be faithful to that which He's called us to. And some of that would be that we believe that the Church of Jesus Christ is going to be well served when it's populated and led by people who have stories of being reached by Christ and are now being well formed to follow Him no matter what the cost.
The Alumni Office at Huntington University is really here to stay in touch with the alumni and graduates, as well as provide resources to them so they can reconnect. It's just really important to us that we keep in touch with them and then let them know what's going on campus as well, things that they might want to continue to stay involved with or maybe participate in an alumni gathering.
I started getting involved as an alumni board member
and we would do various projects throughout the university, throughout the year. Just being able to meet people who've graduated and to listen to their stories about the university, back then the college, and how it's grown today, it's really an honor and a privilege to be a Forester. I knew that this was going to be the university that I was going to graduate from, and I have friends here that will be lifelong.
So one of the things that's kind of fun about our department is we have regular gatherings. We call them Friday at Fairchild's house, and Dr. Mark Fairchild hosts these gatherings for our majors. We get together, I guess it's about once a month.
First I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, we're gonna go hang out at a professor's house. But for my Greek class, he offered extra credit if we would go. So I was like, it's worth it. I'll take some friends with me and try it out. And it was a ton of fun.
I think that's one thing that's kind of unique about Huntington. We really are able to joke and get to know each other outside of the classroom on a personal level. We really become friends, I think, with our students.
The experience of being able to sit in a professor's house and engage in scholarly discussion and informal discussion over something faith-based is, I think, very unique to this university.
If you look at a variety of the research regarding the top skill sets that employers are looking for, communication always ranks top 5. Many times it's the top 3. These are skills that are far more important, not only in job, but in life, in family context, in social context, in professional contexts.
One thing that's different about Huntington University as a Christian college is that we have a journalism major.
Welcome back to the arena. The 4th-ranked Indiana Wesleyan University Wildcats lead Huntington University 39-34. I'm Logan alongside Bray Snyder here on FDN Sports. And the first half, well, could have gotten away from the Foresters, but they were really able to fight back there later in that first half and cut it down. Obviously, the Wildcats finished it just a little bit stronger, but still, Huntington has to be liking where they're sitting, only down by 5 to the 4th-ranked visiting team. You got to think some of the statistical categories are going in their favor.
Yeah, well, they're shooting the ball pretty well. Not the best we've seen them shoot it on the season, but they have started to come alive. 5 of 13 for the Wildcats. The Foresters shooting 0 of 7. Not the best that we've seen them shoot, but inside they're doing a lot better, and especially defensively. You saw the second part of that first half really started to make things go in the right way. You mentioned that gap could have been exploded there. Coach Platt got a little frustrated, tightened things down within his team. We started to see things go a little better, and Coach Tonigo really working with his guys. You got to wonder what the halftime talk was on both sides too, Logan, because this game really was going one-sided until the Foresters sort of brought it back, now sitting at that single-digit margin.
I was saying, it really was defense for Huntington that really brought them back into it. We saw Murder and as well as Sutton making some really big plays. On the defensive end, obviously foul trouble helped. Maxwell having to go out, Johnson having to go out. Almost every single guy 6'6" or bigger. Probably has about 2 fouls. As we take a look now at some of the halftime stats for these two teams, Huntington, I said, not awful shooting, but didn't shoot the 3-ball well at all. Didn't hit one, 0 for 7. Rebounding's pretty even, 19 to 15 in that sense. turnovers. Both teams turn it over probably a few more times than they would have wished. The biggest thing, though, 2 assists only, and that's unacceptable with Mike Bush on the team.
Exactly. Well, you mentioned the 2 assists and 9 assists. It's not even really that both teams are doing a poor job of distributing the ball. It's just they're not finishing the ball. So the passing, I'd say, is pretty much there for both sides. Just turnovers, pretty bad. You saw Indiana Wesleyan throwing some softballs from wing to wing, just not even putting any power behind it. You saw Devin Murder come up with a nice one. Jay Sutton, same thing, going the other way with it. You got to take care of the ball for the Wildcats. If you do, this game's probably, a double-digit lead right now. The Foresters, on the other hand, you have to take care of the ball, and Mike Bush has to do a better job. We got to give him credit where credit is due. He is hounding Okafor right now. He's not able to distribute the ball as well as he has in other games because of how strong this Wildcat defense is. We got to overstate it, just to be clear. Yeah. I mean, both sides of the ball for the Wildcats, very strong.
And obviously, Wildcats shooting 55% from the field. Also, Tyler Ahrens on the bench for the majority of the first half had picked up 3 fouls. Lockwood with 2 fouls.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough for these guys. They're going to have to really play strong defense. We saw him jump to that zone for a little bit. But obviously, with Maxwell coming back into the game, he leads it with 9 points. And he's all scorers in that category. He picked up those 2 fouls, and then the whole game shifted more towards in favor of the Foresters.
Well, when you think about where the shot chart is as well, the reason they're hitting everything, 55%, everything is right in that little key area. Everything that they're getting inside, outside is revolving around their bigs in the center. That's something the Foresters have to do a better job of, because we saw this in the women's game just before this game. You can shoot well from the outside in the first half. The Foresters not right now, but maybe you start getting there. You've got to have the inside game down. Any sport, you got to have a balance on both sides of the ball. Right now, just need to do a little better job of that. But I mean, if the Foresters do these things, they are right in this matchup. Again, right now, Logan only down 5 points to the number 4 team in the nation with only 1 loss on the season, sitting second in the Crossroads League. This will be a good matchup today.
Yeah, definitely exactly what we've kind of anticipated. Foresters hanging around here with the with the Wildcats. And we mentioned the last time when the Wildcats came here inside Platt Arena, it was Huntington prevailing, largely due in part to obviously the big game there from Daniel Wool and Mike Bush. But it's also the Indiana Wesleyan team a lot different. Lost Layton Huron, but pick up Evan Maxwell, pick up some other big names, Grant Smith. Seems like Indiana Wesleyan just always able to reload.
And part of this too, this matchup is one of those games for the Foresters that is a rivalry game. It is the battle, we call it the Battle of 24. This is one of those games where if you don't come out swinging with everything you got, you're not going to get it done. You have to come out with everything. Right now, you got a band that's sitting up there playing for you. You got the crowd, almost, I'd say probably the fullest we've seen it all year. Come out. What else you got to do today? You get to go home. You get to go sleep after this. Play your hardest for 2 halves.
And we get the second half underway. Starters back on the floor. Lockwood, Ahrens, Connor Platt, Devin Murder, Mike Bush. So see Ahrens going up easy 2 there to start this second half.
And that's solid offense right there, swinging the ball around the arc. The Foresters, we know they can do it. That's not an anomaly right there. We know they can get it done.
Maxwell, Johnson, Okafor, Mangos, and Waite all out there for Indiana Wesleyan. Okafor inside, swatted by Ahrens. Maxwell comes up with it, missing the shot. Johnson comes flying in, and a foul going to be called on the ground.
That's a hard one there. You see Lockwood and Ahrens together, both going up for that ball 3 times. Pin the ball up once, and then just a foul on the ground. Not even on the shot, but on the ground.
So 3 fouls apiece for Ahrens and Lockwood now, early on in the second half. And just like that, Foresters jump back to that 2-3 zone. Pass inside, looking for Johnson. Ahrens and Lockwood both there. Turnover for the Wildcats.
Strong defense just by positioning, getting lucky with a little hit there, but I mean, they'll take that ball because of how well positioned they were.
3-point ball game. Connor Platt letting the 3 fly, not there. Maxwell with the rebound.
That's a good pass and a good shot. He'll start knocking that ball down. A side spin a little bit there. On the other end, though, another miss. You got another chance. Slow the ball down.
Yeah, the pull-up 3 in transition there for the freshman. Connor Platt looks top of the key to Murder. Back to Mike Bush. Ahrens asking for it inside. Thrown in there. Back out wide. Lockwood, elbow J. Trying to use the glass. Going to be a little off to the right. And carry violation going to be called on Okafor. And another turnover for Indiana Wesleyan, having a tough time scoring to start this second half.
Well, Okafor has traveled twice in the first half as well. A few turnovers credited to him, but he's doing such a good job just frustrating Mike Bush inside.
And Okafor getting the rebound off the coast-to-coast from Bush. Then bounce pass inside to Johnson. And it go off of Tyler Aaron's foot and out of bounds.
Okafor there, he's got the strength. If you're the Wildcats, he's just dribbling the ball so well, but you can finish that ball inside sometimes, big man.
Wade up top, 20 on the shot clock. Back to Okafor. Down low, Mangus blocked by Lockwood, and a foul going to be called on Trevor Lockwood.
Looked like Lockwood was straight on top of the ball. Not going to be called a block, going to be called just a foul on the arm. So maybe got him a little bit on the forearm, maybe got him with his elbow.
I sure didn't see it from here. That one looked pretty straight up. Lockwood picks up his 4th foul. It's a game changer as well.
Well, and the reason that's hard is you start off the second half with 2 fouls, correct? You pick up a body, you pick up a foul on the arm, he's out of the game now. You need him in the second half, in the back half of this game.
1 of 2 at the line for Mangus. 36-40. Foresters trailing by 4. Coverstone with it on the outside. Going to work on Johnson down low. Now back up top. Aarons for 3. Too hard. Long board to Okafor. He's going to look to run. Going all the way inside. And a foul going to be on the ground. This one on Mike Bush.
Yeah, Okafor just driving in there, lowering that shoulder and trying to push into Mike Bush. Gets the foul call. If he goes up with that, he might be shooting. Stay on the ground, though, and just gives the Wildcats time to set up a set piece.
3 fouls already on the Foresters and start this half. Inside Johnson. Going towards the middle, blocked by Aarons. Coverstone with it, going to Bush. Foresters out running. Murder inside, layup good.
And that's good awareness by Murder, not picking up that charge. Get right down the court, scoring clean.
Johnson all the way stripped by Coverstone, out of bounds. And gonna stay with the Wildcats. Coffee checking in now for Waite. As the Wildcats only have a 2-point lead. Coffee with it, gonna take it up top. Foresters still sitting in the 2-3 zone. In the middle to Mangus, pulls it back out. 10 on the shot clock, and now in the corner to Coffee, gets Bush off his feet. Open 3, leaves it short. Maxwell with the long board.
Maxwell's got the height, but Mason's got to block him out there. Got to get a body.
Mangus all the way inside. Jumping right over the top of Mike Bush there. That's going to be Bush's 2nd foul, the team's 4th. Now we'll send Mangus to the line shooting 2. Pribble checking back in now for Okafor. Now Pribble had that big first half. And so 7 points. Mangus just automatic with that trip. So now a 4-point lead for Indiana Wesleyan.
Well, the Foresters got to do something to get some crowd back into this. The crowd's still here, but I'm hearing more from Indiana Wesleyan than I'm hearing from the Foresters.
Aarons taking the mid-range shot, leaves it short. Coming up on the under 16. Maxwell wants it down low. Coffee can't get it to him. Instead, Pribble has it outside. Walking it around the lane. Johnson driving. Blocked by Coverstone. And Aarons comes up with the ball.
It's good defensive pressure by the Foresters. You're going to have to do this. Keep the game close.
Bush with the step back. Too hard. Offensive board to Aarons. Open 3 for Platt. And it goes.
And that's what the Foresters need. That kind of offensive attack. 1 possession game, 1 point. They can tie it up here next possession.
Offensive rebounds lead to open 3s. And it's a 1-point ball game. Maxwell working on Aarons. Hand off to Coffee in the lane, and an answer from the Wildcats.
Yeah, Connor Platt just losing his man there. You got to be careful because Coffee is a shooter. Looks like he can get those 5-footers as well from on the outside.
Aarons out on the perimeter looking for Coverstone inside and just losing it out of his hands there. This will be the media timeout. Under 16, 44-41. Wildcats with the lead on the Foresters. We'll have more when we return from inside Platt Arena.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bit of music.
Hello and welcome to FDN News. I'm Kelsey Cruz.
Hi everyone and welcome down to Forest Glen Park. I'm Logan Hunt.
Hello, it's Hannah here on Forester Radio 105.5 FM, WQHU. That was just Brother with Need to Breathe, and up next we have Hillsong with Touch the Sky.
Once the floodwaters go down for
This program, I felt like really prepared me well for what it would be like to be in the news industry.
From yesterday to today, the water has certainly risen and spread.
You become a one-man band by the time you graduate, which that's something that people are looking for. People who can shoot, write, and edit all their own stuff.
I was definitely blessed enough to come in and I started calling games right away as a play-by-play announcer.
Longley tipped, down and in, and the Foresters taking the second set. Mateo with a nice cutback. She'll take the hit, left foot. That's in! Takes the three. That's good!
Through FDN Sports, you know, it's really going to feel like a professional setting. I'm looking to really just take.
We're back inside Platt Arena. I'm Logan Hunt, alongside joined by Braid Snyder on FDN Sports. Foresters trail by 3 with 15:30 to play. That's the fourth ranked Wildcats. Can't quite shake the Foresters.
Yeah, the Foresters doing a great job keeping themselves in the game, doing the little things right so far in the second half.
Carlson with it at the free throw line. Looking for Mangus, Murder all over him. Mangus inside, gets Murder on his feet and one. Using the glass.
Talk about a freshman going to work against a senior. Talking about the 6'3" from Warsaw, Indiana. He got Murder up off his feet, and that's a strong finish from the freshman side.
Can definitely see how he's in the starting lineup. And again, good on the free throw. Good play there out of the timeout. Lead is extended now to 6. Bush pulling it back here on Pribble, looking for Platt. Back to Bush, wants to drive baseline. Out to Murder for 3 on the wing, and he's able to connect.
And it's good to see him hit. He's been shooting tonight, hasn't gotten too many to drop.
Inside Johnson working on Coverstone, and he'll draw a foul. So Johnson will be at the line shooting 2, and a little foul disparity here. 6 fouls on the Foresters, none on the Wildcats.
Yeah, we had a saying in high school though, if you're not attacking inside, you're not going to get any gimmies. If you're finishing inside, you never expect the whistle. If you finish, you call that a present getting up on Christmas time. Foresters not attacking inside. Hitting from outside, keeping that game close, Logan, but if you're not attacking inside, how are you going to get a call from the official on it?
48-44. Johnson with the miss. 14:40 on the clock.
Well, what does it say, too, that with all the free throws that the Wildcats are knocking down, the Foresters are still only 4 points down in this game.
Bush looking for Aarons down low. Cut off by Carlson. Bush taking Pribble all the way, and one for Mike Bush.
Maybe only a little contact there, but what are you going to get when you drive? You drive down the court, 6 fouls to 0, pick up 1, and get the and 1. What are we talking about? You can't get it if you don't drive, or if you don't attack inside at least.
You are correct, Bray. Speaking that one into existence. That's 3 fouls on Pribble as well, and a huge answer for the Foresters. Free throw, no good though. Still plaguing Huntington. Can't expect to pull upsets without hitting free throws.
Exactly.
Carlson inside, picks up his dribble. We're looking out for Johnson. Pribble pull up 3. Too hard. Long board out to Carlson. Mangus now with a good switch from Platt. Switching with Murder to get on him. Pribble, excuse me, Mangus taking it all the way in. And foul going to be on Connor Platt.
And that's hard if you're Connor Platt. He did have an arm up, but you're pretty much holding your position there, your arm straight up, and he didn't swat down. That's why that specific one right there is hard. If your hand doesn't move down and you're holding your position, it's kind of hard to see the foul call on that.
So again, Mangus at the line. This one missing too hard off the back iron.
If you're the Foresters, though, you're in a home arena here. 7 fouls to 1 foul, maybe a little bit of a disparity, sure. Get the crowd back into it, though. You know, push down the court. It's a 2-point game, Logan. It's the number 4 team in the nation.
Yeah, definitely the Foresters have to keep alive here. I said even with all these fouls accumulated on, we saw even in the first half, Indiana Wesleyan was plagued with foul trouble. Now Foresters already 7 fouls. I was shooting free throws the rest of the way, but only down by 3, 49-46. 14 minutes to go. Jaden Sutton just checked in for Devin Murder as well. Gave the Foresters a spark off the bench in the first half. Connor Platt on the wing, driving baseline again, and he's going to be fouled.
Well, you can see Coach Platt laying into the officials. You're not going to get a call reverse or anything like that, but laying into the officials. Now they're looking for more contact inside. You got Connor Platt attacking, you got Mike Bush attacking. Now I'm trying to look inside of Tyler Ahrens, get him grinding away inside.
Foul going to be on Coffey. It's first, team second. Connor Platt, though, missing the first free throw.
Again, 2 things are always constant in basketball: defense and free throws. You usually say that when you go on the road, but in your home arena, you got to be able to connect.
Especially against the war for the 24 game against Indiana Wesleyan. 2-point game. Pribble outside, works it down to Maxwell, and able to kiss it off the glass for 2.
And he's doing a good job, especially after that first technical. You know, nothing bad or anything like that, but still, he's done a lot better job second half.
Sutton all the way, able to use the glass to his advantage, and it's back down to a 2-point game. Inside turnover, Ahrens comes up with the steal. Mike Bush going all the way out to Ahrens, trailing 3, way short. That's going to bring us to a timeout here. A quick 30-second timeout from Indiana Wesleyan with 13:05 on the clock, 51-49. And I think shot selection there, not bad from Ahrens, but has to hit something on that. I just didn't quite get his hand underneath.
Well, it was a little bit of an awkward possession. Again, sometimes it's harder to hit when you're not in rhythm, when you don't have a guy in your face. That's as weird as that may sound. Mike Bush sort of, hit the ball with his fist, got it up to Ahrens. Your Ahrens, just take that in stride, get your legs underneath it. And you can hear the little jeers from the IWU student section here, small as it may be. Again, 2 points though.
Exactly, only a 2-point game. Like we said, for as many fouls as the Foresters picked up, many things that haven't gone their way, only down by 2 here at home to the 4th-ranked team in the land. As we come back, 13:05 on the clock. Carlson, Pribber, Maxwell, Coffey, and Mangus all on the floor for Indiana Wesleyan. Mangus with it. Hand off to Coffey. Looking for Mangus inside on Sutton. Has the size advantage there. Inside Carlson, and the foul going to be called on Coverstone on the backside.
Yeah, fouls just continuing to accumulate. Only Coverstone's second, which is good. You've got Coverstone and Ahrens in now, giving a buffer for Lockwood, because remember, Lockwood has been a presence in this game, but sitting with 4 fouls on the bench pretty much since, the 19-minute mark?
Yeah.
He's been out basically since the start of the second half.
Okafor and Smith now checking in for Mangus and Pribble, giving them some good minutes off the bench. So Carlson at the line, shooting the 1-and-1. That one going to be short. Smith with the offensive rebound and putback. And there it is, one of your Indiana All-Americans coming through big. (53-49). Coverstone driving baseline, pulls it back out. Ahrens wants to drive on Maxwell and will be fouled.
And again, we're just talking about driving to the bucket. Way to get energy back into your team is just to keep driving to the bucket, get on the free throw line, knock them down. Please knock them down, but defensively, same deal. You got to get on the boards, right? Should never let the offense score off a free throw like that. I mean, you should never let the ball drop in the middle of the court.
I like Aarons, though, taking Maxwell off the dribble. Maxwell picks up his 3rd foul. Going to be too hard off the back iron. So Lockwood now checking back in for Mason Coverstone.
That's a gutsy decision by Coach Platt. Coverstone just needing a breather. Lockwood has to get in, but if you're Maxwell, Johnson, Carlson, really everybody on the Wildcats squad, you know you got to go into Lockwood.
Second one good for Aarons. You'll see Kyle Platt now checking in for him. 53-50. Wildcats with the lead. Smith out wide to Okafor. Up top, Carlson. Coffey open for 3. He'll fire. Too hard. Kyle Platt with the rebound.
It's good to see him back in the game, too. That height and that body presence is what the Foresters need right now.
Bush setting up the offense. Connor Platt gets the screen from Kyle. Sutton. Cross-court pass, to Connor Platt. Drives it inside. Layup no good. Long pass to Okafor inside and able to connect with the reverse.
That's a strong move. And he's going into Lockwood as well. Lockwood did a good job not picking up the foul, but a strong move from Okafor.
Back to a 5-point game. Bush driving. Out to Connor Platt. Bush with Carlson on him. 10 on the shot clock. Step back. 3 from Connor Platt around and out. Lockwood with the offensive rebound and going to be fouled. Foul going to be on Smith. That's his 3rd foul. Foul going to be, though, on the ground.
It's probably one of the only fouls that Coach Platt wishes wasn't called. If that foul doesn't go, Lockwood's got a layup.
I'll tell you what, from here, looked like Smith even got the ball.
Yeah.
Didn't even look like a foul.
Yeah. I mean, either way, the rest blowing their whistles tonight, but you got to adapt to your player. We're not even to the 10-minute mark. Both teams already near the bonus. Excuse me, the Wildcats near the bonus.
Bush driving on Okafor. Step back. Can't get it to go. Maxwell with the board. 5-point game. Just under 11 to play. Maxwell, 3 from top of the key. Able to hit.
We haven't seen him shoot tonight. You know he's feeling it.
On the wing, Murder. Hand off to Connor Platt. Mike Bush out on the wing, and it's an 8-point ball game. Screen from Lockwood. Okafor around it. Bush finds a lane inside, fouled.
That's a good step from him, though. You see Okafor on him. Lockwood trying to get that screen set up, and then Bush got a little shake, went into the screen, then away from it, and then had the lane all to himself.
Once again, free throws going to be crucial.
You got to knock down, especially because this lead is, it's stretched now 7 points, but it's stretched from about 2 and 3 all the way up to near double digits.
Aarons back in for Lockwood at the 10-18 mark. Second free throw here from Bush. And that's going to be good. Like I said, the lead back down to 6, 2-possession game. Okafor going to walk it up for Iwu. Inside looking for Maxwell. Aarons tapping it out. On the baseline, going to be Smith inbounding. Looking for Carlson and one on Tyler Aarons, bringing his arm down.
And that's just something that can't happen if you're the Foresters. Tyler Aarons, first of all, you never have your back turned to the inbounder. Never have your back turned. You see there, he's got his back turned and his man behind him. And then just lowering your arm at the wrong time.
That's 4 fouls on Aarons.
So the Foresters are going to have to go 10 minutes with 4 fouls on each of their starting bigs.
So we'll see Trevor Lockwood now checking in for Tyler Ahrens.
Just think about what this does to the physicality for the play with 10 minutes now to go. That's a whole quarter of play.
And Carlson able to hit. So 61-52, 10 minutes to play in the ballgame. Foresters in need of a run. Bush losing it on the ground. Carlson comes up with it. Okafor has it, throwing it up the court to Smith. And Smith missing the layup. Miss all around. Bush comes up with it. Foresters have numbers, and a foul going to be called on Smith. And a weird play there.
Yeah.
Indiana Wesleyan probably should have finished that at the rim, though.
Smith looked like he was trying to throw the ball up and in. If I'm Smith there, maybe just try to throw a little shovel pass behind you. I mean, the effect was the same. The ball got right back to where it needed to be. That's just hard. And Bush, whether you like it or not, smart play, picking up the foul. The Foresters now are in the bonus, will be shooting at the next foul. Wildcats will be shooting 2 at the next foul as well.
Smith coming out with 4 fouls. Johnson back in for him. So it's going to be Murder, Connor Platt, Kyle Platt, Trevor Lockwood, and Mike Bush on the floor for Huntington. As well as we'll see Maxwell, Carlson, Okafor, Mangus, and Johnson for Indiana Wesleyan. 9:43 on the clock, 61-52. So you get the floor all ready to go. Bush with it on the outside. Down low, Lockwood has it. Looking to turn on Maxwell. Able to get an and one.
That's a strong move. Not sure maybe about any contact there. I mean, that's a call the official will make, but the Foresters will take it. Maybe the 7th foul.
3rd foul on Carlson. Like you said, both teams in the bonus. With just over half of this final half to go. And one for Lockwood. Big 3-point play there. Gets it back down to a 6-point ball game. Okafor looking inside for Maxwell. Gets double teamed. Seems unfazed by it.
Well, and Maxwell's got to realize that Lockwood's got 4 fouls. Just go inside. Same thing here.
And a travel violation going to be called on Maxwell. Big turnover. Momentum starting to swing a little bit for the Foresters.
Well, and 6 points never felt like a tie game, to be totally honest. When it was tied, the stadium was pretty quiet. Excuse me, the arena was pretty quiet, but 6-point game, 9-10 to go, plenty of time, and a lot of momentum for the Foresters.
Connor Platt going to bring it up the floor for Huntington. Weight goes to the ground. Kyle Platt with it. Driving inside out to Bush. Bush losing his footing a little bit. Comes up with the ball in the corner. Needs help. Finds Murder top of the key for 3. Fouled and one! Give it to him!
That is a heck of a play. Trevor, wait there. You just can't go up with your hand across. Devin Murder starting to knock down. That's just a strong play. Great pass and a strong play.
What a play from the senior. With a chance to get this down to 2 points. Still down and already a 1-possession game. The senior, Mitcham in pregame, coming up clutch. 61-59, 8:49 to play. And where did you say, Bray? The crowd right back into it.
Exactly.
Johnson driving baseline, blocked from behind by Platt, and gonna stay with the Wildcats. Kyle Platt is beside himself. So are the fans on the side. Nonetheless, Iwu still with it, 18 on the shot clock. Foresters jumping back to that 2-3 zone. Under 10 on the shot clock. Wait with it. Top of the key. Bounce pass inside out to Pribble. Driving baseline. Finds Mangus inside. Didn't get the shot off. Going to be a shot clock violation. And another turnover for the Wildcats.
I was about to say 2-3 really broke down. The Foresters cut it pretty close. That's going to force Coach Conadell to call 30-second timeout.
Good use of the timeout there.
Exactly.
8:17 on the clock. Can feel the crowd getting back into it. Needs to get his guys reorganized. Foresters starting to come up with some big stops, though, defensively.
But again, on the 2-3 there, the Foresters doing a great job of sealing off the inside, so ball has to be kicked back out. The Foresters got lucky there, to be honest, because when you've got a shooter on the left side all open on the wing, you want to take that three, but electing to keep the ball inside. The Foresters do a great job of forcing everybody off the three-point arc. That's just a good stop.
And you like what you see here with Lockwood in there with those 4 fouls, staying straight up multiple times. Kyle Black coming over to help. And the Foresters have themselves down by 2. And like you said, feels like this game is tied.
Exactly. And it's partially because of the home game, partially because of the energy. It's just back. We got a lot of subs in off the bench as well.
And coming off with some defensive stops where the energy has come from. Bush with it. Look for Connor Platt. Mike Bush with it far side, 10 on the shot clock. Pribble all over him. Bush going behind the back, sliding inside, and is going to be fouled. They're going to say no shot, but going to be the 1-and-1 for Mike Bush.
Exactly, that'll be the 1-and-1, and the next foul will be a 2-shot. So both teams right back in it now, and that is the 4th foul on Grant Pribble, who's had a great game.
Well, that takes us to our under 8 media timeout. 61-59, 7:53 to go. We got a good one for you here inside Platt Arena.
When I set foot on Huntington's campus for the first time, I just knew that this was the place I was supposed to be, and that decision forever changed my life. I was a new Christian at the time, but I grew so much while I was at Huntington. I felt known and I felt valued there, and the education department was just so great. In fact, I found a job before I even graduated, and I believe that's because my classes at Huntington equipped me to do so. I'm fulfilling my goal of serving others through teaching, and because of Huntington's impact on me, I now have that desire to pass on those values to all my students.
In high school, my life felt empty in a way. I was living in a world full of temptations and distractions, and I needed to be transformed, I guess you could say. Here at Huntington, there are many ways that I experienced that transformation. As a film major, I feel encouraged by my friends, upperclassmen, and by my professors. Other students and staff are willing to pass on their knowledge, and that inspires me to do the same towards others. My ultimate goal in life is to become a filmmaker who gives back. I want to give people that energy and passion that I feel after watching a film. I want to go out in the world and give thanks to God for the gifts He has given me, making good art.
What a game we have here. 7:53 on the clock. 61-59. Mike Bush at the line, looking to tie it up with the 4th-ranked visiting Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats. May we remind you that the last time these two teams met here inside Platt Arena, Foresters pulled off a big upset.
It's good to see Mike Bush hit that front end. Foresters struggled a little bit in the first half with free throws. 12 of 16, still better than they've shot any other game on the season.
Tied at 61, exactly what you want as the underdog. In the ball game late, Johnson with it, top of the key, handoff from Mangus. Driving on Murder, takes it inside. Just gets over the top of Lockwood.
And that's good defense by Lockwood. A little slanted, but his hands were straight up and he didn't move, didn't draw the foul. Good stuff from him.
And you know that's in the back of these officials' mind. A lot of these guys with 4 fouls. It's going to have to be a lot to pick up that 5th.
Which is so interesting just because of how loose they were with the whistle a little bit in the middle of the second half.
Bush working on Pribble, takes him inside, layup good. Dancing with him now, Mike Bush with his confidence back.
I was about to say, that man took some dance lessons when he was a kid or something. He messed with Pribble a little bit on that.
7 minutes to play. 63 all. Johnson back out to Coffee. In the corner, Pribble. 5 to shoot, Mangus with it. picks up the screen, bounce pass to Carlson inside. Bush grabbing it and gonna step out of bounds with 1 second on the shot clock. They're saying he didn't have possession.
Exactly, because he stepped out immediately. They're not going to say established possession. 1 second on the shot clock is only a tip, essentially. So Trevor Lockwood, don't pick up the foul, but you can assume number 44, Jacob Johnson, rolling to the rack, maybe looking for an alley-oop. Depending on how much really is left on that 1 second. 1 second could be enough time for a catch and shoot.
Inside, there's Carlson, loses it anyway. Turnover for Indiana Wesleyan. And now prompt Maxwell to come in now for Carlson.
Well, the sub was a good sub there, you know, dropping the ball, no problem, but you're just getting your bigs back in. You got Maxwell and Johnson back on the floor. A good decision by Coach Tonnegill.
Forrester's with a chance to take the lead now. Screen up top from Lockwood and Platt. Bush dancing, pull up three. Oh my! In the clutch, Mike Bush coming alive, and that gets Okafor off the bench. Gonna have to come in and try to lock down Bush for the Wildcats. Johnson inside, can't answer. Lockwood with the rebound, out to Bush. The Forresters are running. Bush pull up three in transition, off the mark. Johnson with the board. This place would have erupted.
It would have, but almost did. Mike Bush, I mean, you see the coach is telling them, yeah, maybe not that pull-up shot, but the first one was definitely it. Mike Bush does command this arena right now, though.
Far side, Maxwell working on Lockwood. And they're called foul on the ground. This is going to be on Trevor Lockwood. So Lockwood has fouled out of the game with 5:50 on the clock. Now give themselves just a little timeout here with the 30 seconds that they have. So Coach Platt gonna use it as a timeout. And a smart coaching move here. As now we'll see Tyler coming in for Trevor Lockwood. Lockwood having a nice game defensively as well. Just got plagued with foul trouble early. Those last couple minutes were huge for him.
Well, it was, but again, you see the way that he's going to go out there is reaching against the smaller guy who's trying to back him down. If you're Lockwood, you can take a few of those and you just keep your hands straight up. He's played so well, but you know, about 5 minutes into that after coming back in on the floor, you pick up that fifth. That's a hard way to go out here in Platt Arena.
And now 2 shots for Maxwell. I win the double bonus. First one good as well for him. Second one up, and too hard. Rebound, Connor Platt. 66-64, 5:45 on the clock. Forrester's with the lead. Both teams in the double bonus now for the rest of the way. Free throw is going to be huge as Connor Platt gets the back door. Kyle Platt finding his brother.
That's a great cut. It's good to see the Foresters offense back in it, rotating through as well as they did last season.
Mangus takes murder to the hole there as Bush gets the inbound quickly. 68-66, coming up on 5 minutes to play. Switch here, Johnson on to Connor Platt. Bush with it, Kyle Platt looking to post up Coffey. Taking a screen for Bush. Bush driving on Coffey baseline, and a blocking foul going to be called on Coffey.
Well, that's good defense by Coffey. It's pretty much the best that you can do. Maybe slide your foot over cut off baseline, but that's really Mike Bush right there. You understand you're in the double bonus. You keep turning that corner, and eventually the ref's going to have to blow his whistle if you go out of bounds, which is exactly what happened.
So Bush back at the line, going to be shooting 2. Able to hit the first.
That's about as loose a free throw I've ever seen, too.
Yeah. Smith coming in for Coffey. And I thought he maybe pushed that one a little bit, but it was perfect for Mike Bush. Second one on its way as well, and that's true. So 70-66, turn of events. Foresters battling back up by 4, under 5 to play. How about the job here Kyle Platt's done on Johnson as well. Down low, Maxwell working, dunking, over the top of Aarons, has to let him go with those 4 fouls.
Exactly. Maxwell knows that. He's one of the only guys that we see coming to this gym that's able to jump over top of anybody if you give him room. If he's underneath the basket, he's able to throw that down.
The transfer from Kansas was a big pickup for Indiana Wesleyan. Connor Platt driving, kick out to Aarons. He'll spot up the 3, leaves it short. Loose ball, Johnson with it. Going to Okafor. Over the top, looking for Maxwell.
If Maxwell's able to grab that ball, this place might have come down the other way.
Outside, Smith open for 3, takes it. No good. Rebound, Bush. Who will slow things up.
Smart by the senior. Enjoying a 2-point lead. It's the first time the Foresters really able to enjoy it.
Under 4 to play. Connor Platt back out to Aarons. He'll take the 3 again. That one's good.
It only took him 3 tries, but he got one to drop.
And Coach Platt taking the timeout, a 30-second timeout, with 3:52 on the clock. 73-68. Foresters doing all right.
This is one of those games for Indiana Wesleyan coming in. Knowing it's going to be a matchup after remembering last year, but this is one of those games for the Foresters where, why not? Why not? Sitting at the bottom of the Crossroads League right now, why not come out and get a win and turn something around on your season?
Like you said, a meeting from top to bottom. Indiana Wesleyan right up there, top of the Crossroads League standing. Foresters at the bottom looking for their first conference win of the season. Lost to Goshen and Bethel. Looking to turn it around right here at home, like you said, Bray. 3:52, 73-68. Gonna be Indiana Wesleyan ball coming out of the timeout. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. Bush, Murder, Coverstone, Connor Platt, and Tyler Aarons on the floor for Huntington. Okafor finds Smith driving inside, gonna be fouled. They're gonna say no shot, foul on the ground. And they're gonna say it's on Connor Platt.
That's a close call because Aaron also came up and was in the area. It didn't look like he was necessarily there, but he was in the area of the foul.
That's gonna be the second foul on Connor Platt. And Smith at the line shooting 2. Said both teams shooting 2 the rest of the way. Have been for quite some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of, definitely a free whistle from the officials in this game, this ball game.
But that's what you have to do in the game of basketball. You have to adapt. Every single time you come in, you got a different set of 3 officials.
Aarons comes up with the big rebound there. 4-point ball game. Murder picking up his dribble, gets it to Bush. Connor Platt on the near side goes to Aarons. Aarons inside, a blocking foul and 1 for Tyler Aarons.
We're talking about that first foul that he picked up was a charge, and that went against him. Evan Maxwell drew it, and we said from there, you got to know Indiana West is going to be hitting the deck. That time, a good move from him, gets around, and that's a hit instead of hitting the square on.
That's the 3rd foul on Johnson. Once again, free throws going to be crucial for the Foresters, looking to extend this to a 3-possession game. And they are able to, 76-69. Foresters with the lead. Johnson inside out to Okafor, looking for Mangus. Mangus inside on Murder, right at him, uses the glass. What a move there from the freshman.
No, that's the same move he made earlier. Same exact thing on Murder, same situation. Last time it drew a foul. This one, Murder not getting called for it.
A full timeout here from Indiana Wesleyan. And we're gonna go to commercial break here from inside Platt Arena. 3:09 on the clock, 76-71. Foresters with the lead.
It's just an incredible feeling to know that you are handing these folks the keys to a life-changing house. It's not just a house. It's not just walls and windows. It's a home that they get to bring up their family in, bring up their kids in, and show their kids what it means to get out of poverty and to make a better life for themselves. My name is Casey Colmorgan. I'm the Executive Director at Huntington County Habitat for Humanity. We are a construction company. We are a mortgage company. We are a financial institution. We are advocates for families. We are a budgeting center. And on top of it, we are also a retail store. So we wear a lot of hats as an organization. Our main focus is to serve the community any way we can. And so we want to help families empower themselves.
Welcome back inside Platt Arena. 76-71, Foresters with the lead. I'm Logan Hutt. Along with me, Bray Snyder here on FDN Sports. The Lady Foresters couldn't quite pull out the victory against the Lady Wildcats in the earlier game. And now the Foresters trying to pull a monumental upset against the 4th-ranked Wildcats. Only have one loss on the year. It came to IU East. Foresters trying to supply them with their second. 3 minutes on the clock. Connor Platt with it, and a foul away from the ball. Looks like this one will be on Okafor, holding Mike Bush. And again, 2 free throws for Mike Bush.
Well, the thing about Okafor is this is how he's played defense the entire day. The officials are starting to call these hand checks more and more as the game goes along. Earlier, you know, you can kind of let things go, but now you got to start nailing things down. Every single touch, for the most part, is going to be called a foul.
And again, the first one good for Bush. We'll see Kyle Platt now coming in from Mason Coverstone.
Well, now a bit of role reversal. Remember, earlier in the game, we were saying about 6 points was about the lead that the Foresters couldn't crack.
And this crowd still alive in it. 7-point ball game, under 3 to go. Johnson with it, driving Kyle Platt, creates space, and able to score. Kyle Platt gonna walk it up himself here. Able to get it past the timeline. Still handoff now, Mike Bush with it. 15 on the shot clock. Screen from Aarons up top. Mismatch now from Bush. Has Johnson on him. Aarons has Okafor down low. Bush driving out to Kyle Platt in the corner for 3. Too hard. Aarons with the offensive board. And the Foresters going to reset offensively. A fresh 30.
And you see Mike Bush trying to pick up the foul, and he's going to get it. Okay, we got to talk about 2 things real quick. First of all, pulling that ball out. Decision number 1. Good decision. Run some more time off the clock. Second of all, Mike Bush says, how about I shoot 2 more free throws? Good decision. Knock him down. He's hit his last 3.
Went right at Johnson. Johnson picks up his 4th foul. And again, a free throw shooting game. Bush been about the only successful Forester at the line today.
Exactly, and that's the thing. If you're a point guard, you got to understand that if it's a big, especially if the refs are blowing their whistles and you're in the bonus, you got to just drive inside, go hip to hip, try to turn a corner. Either you're getting fouled or you're hitting the lane.
Again, 7-point ball game, 80-73. 2:14 on the clock. Okafor picks it up at half court. Smith, lane inside, booms it in for 2. And a quick timeout here from Indiana Wesleyan. We'll keep it right here with 2:07 on the clock. 80-75. And Indiana Wesleyan now with 1 timeout remaining, down by 5, just over 2 to go. Gonna have to come up with a big defensive stop here and have to do it without fouling.
Well, Coach Tonagel does a great job of getting his players to know what they need to do without having to call timeouts all the time. Timeouts for him are more slowing, momentum, calling things down. What he's doing right now, though, is he's trying to just cut in that momentum. You got a 5-point game. It's a lot easier for him to deal with if it's that way. But also, you got 1 timeout left. Imagine you got, 10 seconds left, down by 2, you got to draw some up, and you've already used that in the next 2 minutes. That's where he's got to be really careful, and that also limits his abilities to call timeouts to slow momentum in the next 2 minutes, because again, Foresters going a 5-0 run, you can't call a timeout to break that up.
Exactly. Foresters, if you're thinking that offensively, you have to keep attacking at the rim. Obviously, the 3-ball's been there for Devin Murder. He's been about the only Forester with some success from outside. Saw Aarons hit 1 there late. But other than that, I mean, you got to think Mike Bush needs to take it to the hole and maybe look for that offensive rebound again, possibly from Tyler Aarons.
What did you say before the broadcast? You said Tyler Aarons, Mike Bush are going to have good games tonight. Not good games, big games. They're going to have a big game tonight. Mike Bush has really done that first half. We can be honest, he was a little quiet. He was distributing the ball. A few more turnovers than the Foresters would like, but he was doing that part of his job. Now he's starting to come alive, hitting free throws.
Same with Tyler Aarons. Had some foul trouble early, but has come up big in the clutch moment. Okafor trailing Bush all the way up the floor. Under 2 to play now, Bush with it. Looking to Connor Platt. 15 on the shot clock. Platt screen up top from Ahrens, handoff to Murder. Now hands, ball going to Mike Bush. 5 to shoot. Bush driving inside, layup, good off the glass.
With the right hand, throw that up in the air. Able to get a nice little touch off the glass.
Mangus, top of the key, driving on Murder, and he'll slam it in for a quick 2.
Well, Tyler Ahrens having to be careful, of course, there in the lane. Wants to step up and make a play, but you can't draw that 5th foul.
But still, not smart job there, not fouling. Making IWU score. Clock running. 1:10 on the clock. 5-point game. Foresters with the lead. IWU playing this one out. 10 on the shot clock and a foul. Okafor bumping in to Mike Bush at an inopportune time.
That's just good awareness by Mike Bush. Maybe sold it a little bit to the official. Said, come here, check it out, and then, you know, got the foul. But either way, Okafor, you got to be a little smarter than that just in that situation. You can't get your hands up because you run, what, 15, 20 seconds off the shot clock. Now a fresh shot clock and free throws.
And Bush been automatic here of late. Now I'll get Coffee now to come in for Okafor. The offense-defense substitution. The 3-ball might come in handy for Indiana Wesleyan if they want to get back into this one.
When they have shooters on the floor, same exact thing.
Back to a 7-point ball game. Johnson gonna take it himself all the way. Fouled and 1.
How much time to run off the shot clock? About 3 seconds. Shot clock didn't start until it was touched at half court. You're not gonna need a 3-ball if you can get the and 1 too.
So now we'll see Okafor and Carlson back in. Coffee and Maxwell to the bench. So Johnson at the free throw line. The chance to get this down to a 4-point game with 59 seconds on the clock. And just rolls in. Indiana Wesleyan, I think, is going to play this one out, though. At the very least, Huntington can waste about 30 seconds. That's exactly what Mike Bush looks like plans to do here. Dribbling with Okafor on him. Okafor, though, with those 4 fouls. Right around midcourt. Bush driving inside, pull his back, gets Okafor on the ground. Pass inside to Ahrens, can't finish. Rebound to Okafor. And a foul called on Mike Bush. And the bench for Huntington is beside themselves. And that will walk Indiana Wesleyan to the line to shoot 2. Foul going to be on Bush, his 3rd, and Coach Platt is going to take a timeout.
He's going to take a timeout to walk himself out. That's a call that's hard to do anything with. Mike Bush beats him to the ball, and that's a whistle from the back official. That's the official that you always fear as a player on the court. The back official that can't see through the players is going to blow the whistle. You don't want to be the ref that blows the whistle that ruins the game. You know, changes the outcome of the game. But 4 points, the Foresters still maintaining that gap.
That's a big call there.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's going to get Indiana Wesleyan to the line out of this timeout. And with that, they hit both of those free throws back down to a 1-possession game with 32 seconds on the clock. Obviously, I think if you're Indiana Wesleyan, though, you still have 1 timeout, but I think you're going to have to foul. You can't play that one out.
Well, exactly on that point as well. But if the Foresters, this is one thing that we always made the distinction of. You got to play to win, not to not lose. If you play not to not lose, Mike Bush playing to win is him getting to the bucket, attacking, drawing fouls, shooting free throws, knocking them down, hitting threes, crossing guys out of their shoes, as we've seen twice tonight. Playing not to win, you don't want to do that. You don't want to get iffy. So Indiana Wesleyan, if they knock down these 2 free throws, you know they're putting that full court pressure on. Still a 2.4-second differential. I don't know. We'll see what they do.
All going to start with some free throws here. Forrester's going to have to box out. Ahrens and Platt still on the floor. We mentioned it before. Ahrens has been smart the past couple times. Seen the Wildcats drive to the rim. He's let him go. More important for him to stay in the game. You can pick up points, but you can't pick up another foul.
Exactly. And imagine, this is a close game, 4 points. It's pretty even right now. If our teams keep hitting 2s, this could go to overtime. You're going to need Ahrens for that big body presence.
First one good as well for Mangus at the line. Once again, a freshman doing the work.
Freshman coming into a hostile arena. Been making plays today. Threw one down over top of Devin Murder.
Second one, no good though. battle for the board. Weight goes flying into this section there, and it's like going to be out on the Wildcats. Foresters.
Well, we mentioned that 2.4 second differential between shot clock and game clock. Now, 28 seconds left. There's no shot clock.
3-point ball game. Fans on their feet. Huntington with 2 timeouts. Gets it to Connor Platt. Picks up his dribble. Finds Kyle Platt. Gets it up the floor to Ahrens. Ahrens gonna be fouled shooting 2.
That's a good clean foul as well. You're going up for the ball, you make him shoot free throws by fouling him hard. If you foul him soft, or if you don't touch him, you're making it a 2-possession game. Right now, it's a 1-possession game. He has to knock down free throws.
Exactly, a good, hard, clean foul there from Carlson. Went for the ball, got the hand out in front.
Yeah.
Definitely went for the ball, didn't push him in the back.
Got a hand on the arms as well.
Exactly, but a good, hard foul there. Picks up his 4th foul. And I said, it's gonna make Ahrens earn it from the line, shooting 2.
First one's true as well, and you only have to hit 1 to make it a 2-possession game.
22 seconds on the game clock. Sutton coming in for Kyle Platt, a little defensive substitution. 4-point ball game. Another big free throw for Ahrens. Leaves it short. Smith with the board. Up to all the way to Coffey for 3, and that's good again. Iowa with a timeout, not gonna take it. 16 to play, 85-84, and a quick foul taken as Connor Platt's gonna have to go to the line.
Talk about the gutsiness of Coffey coming right back down, and this is what I'm talking about. Coach Tonagale has his guys so conditioned, they know what to do mentally without even having to take that timeout ball right down the floor. Quick 3, how many seconds they run off the shot clock, or the game clock? 3 seconds, all the way down, close the gap, 3 seconds off the clock.
Connor Platt, the sophomore, at the line, shooting 2 with 15 on the clock. With a chance to get this to a 3-point ball game. First one good. Big shots there. Ice in the veins for Connor Platt. Coach Platt with 2 timeouts. Indiana Wesleyan once again with 1 timeout. Now Bray, if the Foresters get this up to a 3-point game, do they foul?
I'll be honest, my personal opinion is yes, make him earn 2 at the line. I don't think that's Coach's play style though. I'll be honest, I don't think that's Coach Platt's play style. If you do, you gotta hit 2 free throws and you gotta get the ball back. Or make 1, miss 1.
Don't need a 3, Mangus wants to take it. Up top to Maxwell. 9 seconds now, Coffey with it, handoff to Mangus, and a timeout. A quick timeout from Indiana Wesleyan. With 6 seconds on the clock, 87-84. Indiana Wesleyan taking their last timeout, so they will have no timeouts remaining. Gonna have to make sure they inbound the ball if they get in any trouble. Gonna have to figure it out themselves. 3-point ball game. Foresters though, looking to close it out. 6 seconds left in Bray. I know you said you would choose to do it. I'm with you on it. I think the Foresters should just foul with how well Indiana Wesleyan has shot.
This is the age-old question of, do you foul? Do you make him earn it from beyond the arc? This is Indiana Wesleyan. We've got guys shooting around 40% as a team. I want to foul if I'm Coach Platt, and you even saw Connor Platt come over to the side telling assistant coach, we got to foul, we got to foul. I agree with that because, again, if you don't understand, if you foul, you've got to make 1 and miss your second and get the rebound. A lot harder to do that than just to hit a good 3 from the corner. Again, shooters on the floor. Everybody on this Indiana Wesleyan squad can shoot.
Obviously, I think you have Jaden Sutton in that ball game. I think he's the one that needs to take the foul. Doesn't have as many fouls. I see one done with Tyler Ahrens too.
And as far as foot speed as well, he's one of the fastest guys.
Exactly.
So wherever ball's inbound, get him there quick, no shot up, get the foul.
Foresters though, gonna see what they do out of this timeout. 6 seconds on the clock. 6 seconds away from upsetting the 4th team in the nation and their crosstown rival. Inbounder's gonna be Grant Smith for the Wildcats. Up, little miscue here. Second buzzer going off. So we'll try it again. Smith inbounding. Looking for Maxwell far side. Mangus pull up 3, gonna leave it short. Tip not there, back out, and the Foresters win! Huntington getting a victory on their home floor against Indiana Wesleyan. Their biggest win of the season. and gonna look to spark them moving forward. What a win for Huntington University.
That's how you do it right there. That's how to close out a game. Good defense. You see Jaden Sutton right there, the man that's played about 3 minutes in this ball game. Good defense, forcing a hard shot, no foul.
Big win here for the seniors, getting it at home. Gotta like what you see from them. When we return, we'll have some final stats for you and some post-game coverage from here inside Flat Arena. I'm Logan Hunt alongside Bryce Snyder. This is FDN Sports.
FDN News is our campus news station, and we are just a news station that shines Christ's light on campus and in the Huntington community, whether that be going to a presidential rally or talking about the meal plans on campus. Everything we do for the glory of God.
With news, you have such a great opportunity to go out to hear people's stories and tell their stories and to be light and to share that light. So my goal for FDN News is first and foremost that students would learn, that they would engage, they would learn a little bit about themselves, about communicating with others, refine their skills, and become expert storytellers for the kingdom of Christ. The benefit to coming to Huntington and being in the Forrester Digital Network is you get hands-on experience. So we have some freshmen coming in that week 1, they are taking a camera out and they are teaming up with an upperclassman and refining their skills. So by the time you graduate, you've got 4 years of hands-on and classroom experience.
FDN is so much fun. I feel like it really is a great aspect of this school, and I'm so glad I get to be a part of it as a freshman especially. Like, it's just a great experience.
You can love working a camera and be part of FDN. You can love storytelling and be part of FDN. You can be a math student and be an FDN. Like, anybody can do it. It's a big family. We have fun together. And I just encourage, if you've ever been curious about news or what a newsroom looks like, to volunteer with FDN whenever you can.
Well, that's all we have for you in this week's installment of FDN News.
The Global Initiatives degree that we're offering is seeking to equip folks who are interested in applying a ministry education to cross-cultural work. So somebody who's looking to do holistic ministry, somebody who's looking to engage in the business for transformation or business as missions model would find some equipping through our Global Initiatives degree.
Our Global Youth Ministries degree is designed to prepare people for leadership in youth ministry, quite simply anywhere in the globe. It's for men and women who are already in youth ministry or for people who are simply preparing to lead youth ministry.
One of the things I like about the pastoral leadership track is that Luke and Karen, who worked on developing it, consulted with church leaders so that people preparing for ministry leadership in the church would have the skills and the knowledge that they need.
Some of what I'd want our program to be known for is being really clear-minded about linking our own program vision with the Lord's vision for His people and for the kingdom. What we want to do is be faithful to that which He's called us to. And some of that would be that we believe that the Church of Jesus Christ is going to be well served when it's populated and led by people who have stories of being reached by Christ and are now being well formed to follow Him no matter what the cost.
The Alumni Office at Huntington University is really here to stay in touch with the alumni and graduates, as well as provide resources to them so they can reconnect. It's just really important to us that we keep in touch with them and then let them know what's going on campus as well, things that they might want to continue to stay involved with or maybe participate in an alumni gathering.
I started getting involved as an alumni board member, and we would do various projects throughout the university, throughout the year. Just being able to meet people who've graduated and to listen to their stories about the university, back then the college, and how it's grown today, it's really...
Welcome back inside Platt Arena where the Foresters take an 87-84 victory over the fourth-ranked Indiana Wesleyan University Wildcats. Big win for Huntington here inside Platt Arena, getting their first conference win of the year. As we take a look at some of the final the final game stats for you. And I think the telling tale of it was obviously the Foresters causing 16 turnovers for Indiana Wesleyan.
Yeah, if you remember at half, that was not the case. The turnover battle was pretty bad, but 10 turnovers in the first half to only 9 assists for the Wildcats. Foresters really turned that around, and it was definitely a defensive showing for the Foresters in the second half. I think we can all agree on that, but also 3-point field goals. We really switched around. You remember at half, Foresters were 0% from beyond the arc, hit 5 in the second. That's really what helped to give them those momentum boosts in the middle of the second half and kept pushing the game forward. The Wildcats only hit 2 more in the second half. And then free throw battle. The Wildcats shooting 13 of 24. That's just above 50%. Mike Bush himself made as many free throws as the Wildcats. Forrester shot 80% after that, lit it up. That shot 25 of 56 total, and again, 26%. 3-point field goals. So really started to do a lot better. 10 assists, 8 turnovers, better than it was in the first half. We were saying, 2 assists to 6 turnovers not going to cut it, but yeah, Logan, I mean, rebound battle. Wildcats won, turnover battle, they lost, and that's kind of the telling tale is Foresters really, got shaped up in the locker room at halftime. Coach Platt really lit a fire underneath them.
Yep, we said Mike Bush, Tyler Ahrens need to have the big games, and they sure did. I said Mike Bush might have to score about 30, scored 25,
exactly.
Got the win. So obviously, him coming out on top there, Ahrens with 16 points. That's even with almost getting a double-double with those 4 fouls for a while. Obviously, Indiana Wesleyan went through. Mangus, the freshman, had 19 points leading the way for them. Grant Smith, another freshman, 10 points, 7 rebounds. We mentioned about them in the pregame. Big games for both of them.
And I think that may be one of those telling facts is that some of the best players on this Wildcat squad were freshmen.
Yeah.
Senior leadership was definitely there for the Foresters. A little lacking for the Wildcats. Definitely one of those games that they're going to look back on and probably want back.
Yep. Foresters come out on top, 87-84 over the 4th-ranked Indiana Wesleyan University Wildcats. What a way to get yourself into finals week here at Huntington University. Huntington jumps up to 5-6 on the year. Indiana Wesleyan drops to 8-2. That'll do it for me, Logan Hunt, as well as Bryce Snyder here on FDN Sports. We wish you all a very good night.